Just a little bit.
Everyone has a unique gift, and Mike, the creator of the One Life podcast, believes most people don't know how to use their gifts or what they are. Mike wants you to see things from a different perspective and be true to yourself. The One Life podcast unites the world through art, fashion, music, and film. It inspires, motivates, and creates positive energy, love, and compassion to all communities, and creates an equal playing field for all. On the One Life podcast, they cover topics like building relationships, overcoming adversity, habits of healthy people, and much, much more. We only have one life to live. Be yourself and live your truth. Add the One Life podcast to your playlist. That's the number one NE Life. Available on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, and your favorite podcast platform.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to... Blah.
It's okay.
I'm not going to edit this shit out. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the One Life Podcast. I am Mike MIC Reed. And at this show, we talk about positive psychology while taking care of our well-being and telling your story, because everyone has an amazing story. And in studio today, I have my good friend with me, Reina from Fusion Movement.
Woo! What is up, Mike? Thank you so much for having me.
What is up is this is my 101 episode. So this is kind of special because you are my great friend.
You are my great friend.
And I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you.
Man, and I'm grateful that you're here and we're doing this together today.
Yeah.
Even though, we're tired. But you know what? Like I was saying before, and we had to start over. And I'm going to be honest. I keep my shit real around here. I had to start over because we had some technical difficulties. Mm-hmm. And we were just literally having a great conversation. Yes. And I was just looking at the timer, and it was like 11 minutes. So we was talking for 11 minutes, not knowing that it wasn't even being recorded.
It's okay. We got so enticed in the conversation.
But it was great. But I do want to repeat what I was talking about, because one thing that I admire about you, and I think that we connect very well on, is because we're cut from the same cloth. Mm-hmm. Like, you've been in entertainment. We've both been in entertainment for so long, right? And it's just the grind and the hustle. We both own our own businesses, always been entrepreneurs. And like, I see you out there working all the time. Like, and I know you're always busy.
Yes.
We're going to work on your tardiness thing, but
you know what? And it's a thing that I am manifesting, that I realize that I need a little extra time, because I do everything very lovingly.
But I know. But you know what? Like some of the times, like, I don't trip off of it because I know I used to be like that.
Oh, really?
But I broke out of it. But for me, it's like I was at the bar last night, right? Till 3:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. But then I'm always up at 6.
That's crazy. So you don't need sleep.
No, I do need sleep. Don't get it twisted. There's some days where I don't get up, and I'll stay in bed till noon. But that's like, honestly, I'll do that once every week or two. Like, I'll just say, like, matter of fact, this past Tuesday, I got up at 6 like I normally do, and I was going to leave, but I took a shower, and before I put on my clothes, I looked at my bed. It was like, I'm going back to sleep. Even after getting out the shower.
Right, so you took a shower, got dressed, went to bed, woke up,
no, because
ready to
the day before, because I was at the bar like all weekend, because it was Mike. Shout out to my boy Mike Modell over at Alchemy Row. It was his birthday. Saturday, so he threw a party there, and I normally, like, on nights.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Mike. Old motherfucker. He always called me old on our other show.
That's okay.
I help him out a lot. Alchemy Row. He just bought Alchemy Row, the old Rubens. It's like a family dive bar.
Yeah.
Like, everybody helps out everybody. And, so from time to time, like, even at the end of the night, you will see a lot of the regulars that come there. They'll like put their drinks down and they'll start helping cleaning up, right?
I really love that, even though, you're there,
right,
you're also, it's like the love languages, right?
Right.
Acts of service.
Right.
They're, and that's how they show that they care.
Exactly.
I love that. I really do.
He ran that bar, so like a general manager or whatnot, prior to buying it. Mm-hmm. He ran it for quite some time. So I want to say 15 years or something. So he has history with that bar. So when the opportunity, came for him to buy it, he took it. And then a lot of people in the community appreciated that because that bar has been there for like 40, 45 years. So
That's
it's a
crazy.
really pillar in the community. Like it's a real community dive bar.
What is it called again?
It's called Alchemy Row, but it was called Rubens.
Where's it at?
It's off M Avenue M, and like right like Third Street East. So M and Sierra.
Nice. Okay. And then like what are the hours there?
I think he opened up at 11
11
in the morning. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, and the food is amazing.
Ooh.
So, and I'm gonna put this out there. They
Okay.
used to say coaches had the best wings out here. Now everybody's saying he does.
There you go. So he's got the best wings in the AV.
No, I'm telling you, for a dive bar, and that was one of the things that he wanted to change. Because normally when you go to a dive bar, you like food is like,
Okay.
he wanted restaurant style food where
Okay.
people can actually get, and he put in the effort and resources.
So he
to
opens
have
at
that.
11, has lunch menu.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just in the evening, it's just bar.
Yeah.
Is there dancing or what is there?
No, it's karaoke every night.
Oh.
Every night.
Okay. So karaoke.
Karaoke every night from 9 to close.
Love that. I know so many people who love karaoke.
But then on Fridays and Saturdays, Saturdays mostly, he'll switch it up and he'll do like a live band, an acoustic band. He does
Amazing.
comedy nights. So he does all kind of nights on Fridays and Saturdays.
It's Fridays and Saturdays. Okay. I'm going to go check it out.
So yeah, so from like 8 to 10, he'll do like something on the weekend. And then right after that, he'll jump right back into karaoke.
Nice.
And you know what the crazy thing about it is? And he doesn't like it too much. Is that he has a late crowd. So like people will start showing up there like 11:30 midnight.
Woo.
Right. And then it all of a sudden get super packed.
Yeah.
That's because everybody ends their night at his spot.
Oh.
Everybody goes everywhere else, but they end their night at his spot.
That tells you something.
No, it does. And he don't like it. He's like, why y'all don't come here earlier? You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's like, Mike, that's a compliment.
Yes.
Everybody, they want to support everybody else.
Right.
But they end their night at his spot.
But that is like, I feel like that's the nightlife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to end up in the spot where you know you feel good.
Feel good.
Yeah.
There's rarely any drama. Like
Yes.
I said, everybody knows each other. Everybody accepts it. And there's all kind of people that go there. From young to old, all different races. And everybody there looks out after everybody.
Okay.
It's one thing I like about it.
That's awesome. Shout out.
But shout out to Mike at the Alchemy Row. But my point to it was, so on the weekend, I was there till like 3:30 helping them, clean up. And then Monday I was feeling sick, and I forced myself to get up, go to work. But then Tuesday I was like, you know what? It started hitting me again. Like I need this day.
Right.
So I relaxed.
I feel like rest, a little TLC is really important.
Yeah.
So like my business, right? We're always active. We're always like running around, doing things. We actually just came back from, it's called the Los Angeles Bachata Congress. And we do, so I have 8 teams right now. I have 4 performing teams. And in their season, which is January to December, we go out to congresses, we perform, we compete, all of that fun stuff. And I always tell my students, pace yourself because it's an entire weekend and you exude so much energy because you're meeting people, you're moving your body, you're learning. It's like physically, mentally, and emotionally, you're going through all of this stuff, right? And so some of my students came to my Monday and Tuesday class and they were feeling a little like tired and they just didn't have the energy. And I know this specific student. I told her, hey, you need some TLC. You need to go home and rest. Sometimes, the American culture is like go, 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 go all the time that we forget that we do have to slow down sometimes. And we need to take care of ourselves. Otherwise, how are we going to take care of others?
Right.
It's like that whole situation with the airplane, right?
Yeah.
The mask comes down, you got to put on yourself before you can help the other person.
You know what? I honestly just learned that last year during my positive psychology course that I took.
No,
Like,
tell me.
honestly, I never, before that course, and start taking care of my well-being. That's why I'm so big on well-being right now. I never put myself first. Like I would always, because I'm such a caring person. I always put
Right.
everybody first. And, you know, obviously there's a bigger story behind that. But during that course, it taught me how I literally have to take care of myself.
Right.
Because taking care of other people, it drains you. And I will always used to wonder why I was moody, why I was so drained. You know, even though I was still, like back in the day, I was, you know, studying Zen, doing my meditation and all that. But I was still like moody and, you know.
I truly feel like it's a ripple effect, right? So if you're not good, you can't do all the things good. Right? So like if you're moody or everything, it'll affect another person, and then it'll put some type of energy, and then that person's going to feel some type of way. Right. And then it goes on to the next. Maybe they go home and they're moody to whoever, you know, their person is at home, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right. And then I feel like that's how resentment grows. You know what I mean? So it's all a ripple effect.
You know, that is part of it. But also, you know, what a bigger part of it is, and I actually just had this conversation with a good friend of mine the other day, because she's going through a hard time with his baby mama. And I had to break it down to him and say, you know, and I had to learn this too. And I had to learn this the hard way. And it was one of the reasons why I had to have this hard conversation with him, because he was really going through a hard time. Like literally he called me the other day, and this is a true story. And I don't know the name, but he called me and he was like, man, I need to talk to you. And I was like, okay, what's up? And it was late at night. And he was like, man, I'm sitting in my car with my gun in my hand. And yeah, for real. And I was like, okay. I was like, you know, how are you feeling? And he started telling me, you know, about what was going on. And obviously I knew what was going on in his life, but he started telling me how I was asking him how he felt in the moment.
Right.
Like what's making you feel like that? So for me, I don't never like to sugarcoat nothing. Everybody that knows me really knows I don't sugarcoat nothing, even him. So I had to have this hard conversation. And I said, you know what? Unfortunately, we can't control people, right?
Right.
And I said, you have to accept people for who they are, not who you want them to be.
Yes.
And that's one of our biggest mistakes.
Yes.
We want people to be this image that we have in our heads.
Right.
And I said, maybe, you know, because you want this girl to be what you want her to be. And maybe sometime down the road, she may be that person. But right now, she's not in the capacity to be that person. And it's going to be up to her for her to change, not you, because you want her to change.
Right.
So you got to accept her for who she is right now.
Yes.
Until she's ready to move on and change, she's going to be who she wants to be.
No, facts.
Right?
Yeah,
and
facts.
so, like, these are the type of things where we kind of mess up as humans. Like, we want people to be who we want them to be. Yes. And it's like, no.
And it comes with expectations, right?
Right, exactly.
And expectations sometimes like nip us in the butt, and then there's that whole ripple effect again.
Right. Expectations, I mean, yeah, and that's across the board. Like,
yeah,
we have these high expectations with everything we do in life.
I know. And I think that's where we all have to be a little bit grounded. You know what I mean? Like expectations, expecting things from other people.
Right.
So, okay, a little bit about me, right? So when I first started my business, right, if you really think about it, like I am the only really active ballroom dance studio that caters to adults out here in the AV. I sometimes I felt very alone and very like, okay, well, you know, I need to find my own inspiration so I can inspire others too, right? And so sometimes you got to dig deep. And then, you know, and then all of a sudden, like, I had other friends going out and doing their things, and like, now they weren't inviting me, right? And so my expectation of my friends are, well, why aren't you inviting me? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? But realizing that I have a goal of my own, and I had to create my own thing before I can go do that thing. And so me expecting my friends to consistently be inviting me here, and there, it's not right, because I wasn't in the mindset to do that. I wasn't in a mindset to do this. And so sometimes I think when we're expecting things, I think we have to dig deep in, why am I feeling that some type of way? And I knew what I was doing is I was feeling lonely. I was feeling, okay, well, I need support here, support there from, you know, my friends. But in reality, No, I just need to get my ducks in a row, figure out what I needed to do, needed to build what I needed to do. And then when I felt good on my own feet, hey, let's go out, let's do this thing. But I needed to do my thing first. And so that's where, again, the whole ripple effect.
But it's accountability too, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I was telling my guy friend, that, you know, because he kept trying to point the finger at her, right? You're like, I do this for her, I do this, I do that. And I said, okay, first of all, you did it because you want to do it. You made that choice, right? And again, going back to how you want her to be, well, that's your choice. So now you got to take accountability for your actions.
Yes.
Because you're doing these things. She's not doing it to you.
Right.
You're doing it because you're making a choice. You can easily walk away.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, what you were just talking about being the only, like, ballroom dance for adults out here, right?
Yes.
Let me ask you a question, because I've been kind of feeling like this lately. Because I'm not the only podcast out here, right? Right. But I think I'm the only podcast out here that does it at a high level, right? And I'm not even trying to like toot my own horn or nothing, but I'm just being honest, right? And these are things people tell me too. But but sometimes, you know how the phrase they say, you never want to be the smartest person in the room. I feel like sometimes I am, and I don't like that feeling. Like you said, when you want inspiration, right?
Of course.
But if you're the only one doing something,
right, and
you're not getting inspired by someone else, right?
Right.
Then how do you grow?
I think that because I'm in the AV, that's how I feel it, because I'm the only like active ballroom dance studio for adults. So what I do is I find inspiration in others, maybe not in my field, and convert it to my field.
Okay, apply it to yours.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I got to do. You know, I mean, we have a lot
like, you inspire me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like, you know, certain things that you do, I'm like, oh wow, you know, and I make it my own, into my own world. You know what I mean? Iron sharpens iron, right? Like, yes.
You inspire me as well. Every time I drive down the boulevard, like, I'm always looking at your studio. I'm like, wow, Reina does it. And that's why I was saying earlier that I admire your work ethics. You are a grinder, and that's something that I am. Like I said, I can be out till 3 a.m. doing something, right? And it's not like I was at the bar just kind of sitting drinking. No, I was working. And mind you, I do my other show there. So it's a little bit of networking there as well. And so it's all work to me. Yeah. You know, but then I can still get up 2-3 hours later. You know, I had to come and do this. Yeah. I would love to be asleep right now on a Friday. Fridays are my kind of relaxed days. Right. But, you know, I grind just like you grind. And I see that in you. Yeah. That's what I respect about you, too, like your hustle.
You know, I think that, like, that was instilled in me from birth. You know, I'm first generation here. And my dad brought my whole family from Colombia. And it's funny, I always remember this one thing that he always tells me. So he got to Brooklyn. And he had his whole life savings in this one brief suitcase. Wow. And he was walking down the streets of Brooklyn.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. And I like, when he was telling me that, I was like, Dad, are you crazy? And he goes, you know what? I know I was crazy, but if it wasn't for my crazy, you wouldn't be here. Right.
Wow. Hey, you know what? That's deep right there.
No, it was. And I feel like my dad always instilled that grind in me, you know? And I know what it is to be at the bottom. Yeah. And I know, I mean, I'm trying to get there, you know? I just know that you need to have a sense of purpose in life. And you're always growing in life. You can't just stay stagnant. You got to keep going. Right. And I don't know, I just, you know, I'm always moving. I'm always grinding. I'm always out there, and I'm always trying to do my best. Because when I leave, Mike, I really want to say, damn, you know, people are saying, yeah, she was a good one. She was great. She changed lives. And I know in my path that I've done, I have changed lives.
100%.
And I truly feel happy about that. Like I'm finding that happiness, you know?
I was just telling you off air a little while ago, that's exactly how I am, right? Like, no matter what, like, success is subjective, right? It's opinionated from everybody's thoughts. So for me, since I was 14, I've done everything my way. I've never done anything, never really done anything anyone else's way. I've always done it my way, whether I got backlash or not. And like I was just telling you, my main goal was to do 100 episodes of my podcast.
Yeah.
I did that.
Congratulations.
So to me, thank you. It was a success. Mm-hmm. Am I going to keep going? That's the plan right now.
Okay.
But to me, I've already succeeded my goal.
Right.
My expectations of what I wanted to do. So it's a success for me.
What about another 100?
I know. Nicole was just telling me that. She's already planning for the 200th episode.
Nice.
So.
Okay. Let's go, Mike.
I mean, I would love to reach 500 episodes.
That's amazing. That's great. That's success. Good for you.
I mean, it's not. I mean, you know, it has its ups and downs, and it's one of the things. Like, I'm gonna talk about psychology again, positive psychology. Mm-hmm. The one thing I learned in that course is what gets me through everything right now is, even though we're gonna have ups and downs every day, right?
Right.
But are you able to struggle well through it? You know, everybody struggles, but are you able to struggle well? I think when I graduated in December, it finally dawned on me, because now all the pressure. I hit the button. My bad. All the pressure after graduation is over. Now you take the tools that you just learned and apply them to life, right? Mm-hmm. So in January, like, you know, I got, you know, the ups and downs or whatever. But I found myself like struggling well. Like even like now, like even with the mishaps that we had this morning, right? The you know, technical difficulties and all that.
Struggling well.
You know, you're always going to have your moments, and you're going to have your feelings where, you know, you're disappointed, mad, angry, whatever. But can you do that struggling well?
Can you tell, what do you mean by struggling well? Yeah, I need to I need to know, because woo.
It's accepting what's happening, being present in the moment, being present in the moment, saying, you know what, today's not such a good. Well, let's take this morning for example.
Yeah,
wasn't a great morning.
Right.
Okay, I accept that. Things happen. Right.
Right.
What actually went well this morning?
Okay. What went well? We came in together.
You showed up.
Okay.
One, we both woke up this morning.
Yeah.
We both got here safely.
Right.
Right. You showed up. Mm-hmm. We both showed up.
Okay.
All these little things went well.
Yeah.
We both supported each other.
So seeing the positive.
Right. So, you know, psychology is all about, you know, focusing on, okay, what went wrong, blah, blah, blah. Positive psychology focuses on what went well. So when you can find out what went well, and now you have your jolts of joys, right?
Yeah.
So then you start looking at the things, you know what? I'm grateful I actually have a studio. I have a very nice studio. Again, you're a good friend of mine. You're here. You could have easily said, okay, you know what? I got a lot of stuff, because I know your schedule. You could have been like, okay, you know what? This is not working out this morning. I got to go. Yeah. You could have easily left. Yeah. I could have easily left and went did something else. Like I got things to do, right?
Right. But
we didn't. We stayed here. We took a breath. We took a moment, and you know, we did. Yeah. We're doing the show now. So it's about
there we go.
That's struggling well.
Okay.
Finding your flow, finding your purpose in it, being in the moment, being present, finding your jolts of joys, getting you back on path to what's important. Because if you can go through the day, even if you're having a bad day, right? But then you can, you know, go through the day and say, just ask yourself, like, what's going well, and you can string a bunch of little things that's going well together. Then you look back and be like, you know what, today wasn't that bad. Like, I don't know what you're drinking right now, but
coffee.
You have
Soy
coffee.
colombiana. I need coffee at all times.
No, me too. Yeah, I have mine. But you have coffee.
Yeah. Amen.
A lot of people in the world can't afford coffee. Can't afford a nice coffee mug like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's the little things.
It's literally called contigo.
Right. I want some money, contigo. But I mean, see my point? Like, you start stringing a bunch of little things together, and then you look back and be like, you know what? Today's not that bad. That's struggling well.
I love that, Mike. Honestly, I love that.
Accepting that things are going to go wrong. Today wasn't a great morning, but it's still a good life. We still have a good life.
Yep.
We still have the whole day ahead of us.
One life to live.
Exactly.
Hey, let's talk about some of the projects that we're working on.
Okay.
So Mike and I.
Talk about my struggles no more, huh?
No, I don't.
I'm messing with you. Reina, like, come on, let's go.
So Mike and I are directors for the Hispanic Chamber.
Yes.
And
for the second year.
Hey. And you know what? I honestly did we join at the same time? I thought you were 1 year ahead of me.
No, I was maybe
a few months.
A couple of months ahead of you.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know why I thought you were 1 year ahead of me.
No, Diana joined first, and then her and Andreas brought me in. Okay. And then we brought you in.
Okay.
And then we brought Adriana in, I think, after that.
Nice. Okay. So we are going to be doing a podcast for the Hispanic Chamber, and it's called
Inside the Hispanic Chamber.
That's right. So,
hey, wait, I don't want to get people to think that we're just now starting this, because I want to give credit where credit is due. Because Diana and I actually started a podcast for the Chamber. We just we paused it.
Okay.
I want to say.
All right.
But we're about to pick it back up.
That's right.
But it's an all new podcast.
Okay.
We're changing it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. You're doing it with me.
That's right.
I'm actually going to be your co-host. You're taking the lead on this. So she is taking the lead on this. But it is called Inside the Hispanic Chamber, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it.
It is.
And
yeah.
we're going to air our first episode next week.
That's right.
Hopefully
I'm excited.
That's the plan.
That is the plan, and we're manifesting that, yes. And we're going to bring a little sabor to the Hispanic Chamber.
Yes. I don't know what you just said, but yes.
Sabor. God, how do I so like, you know what, like the salt, right?
Oh,
you know,
okay.
that little extra, little spice.
I love that.
Yeah, a little extra, you know, something, sazon.
No, we have to. We have to bring our culture back into this.
Yeah, I really do feel like, I mean, you know, the Hispanic Chamber.
Yes.
So,
and for you guys that don't know, I am part Latin. I'm black, white, and part Cuban. So
Cubano.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people like, you're part of the Hispanic Chamber? Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. I'm Cubano, okay?
Yeah, and if you ever notice, like all my people that I date are Latin.
Ooh.
Loved by Latin women. I love that. You know what? I just love the spicy that you guys have.
Yeah.
That shit is just sexy to me.
Look, shout out to all the cultures in the world. No, amazing, 100%, right? 100%. But I love being a Latina woman. I really do. I like my culture. I really do.
No, 100%. And for me, being from like all three cultures, and I think this is why I love exploring other cultures. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm a big culture person. I love hearing about other people's cultures, even religion. Like, even though I don't like talking about politics and religion, I love talking about other people's religion and their beliefs and all that, because knowledge is power, right? Mm-hmm. And for me knowledge to even power. Like, I don't like judging someone. Like, you can't come to me and say you believe in this, blah blah, right? And I'm not going to sit there and judge you,
right,
without understanding. Mm-hmm. Once I have a understanding of it, then I pretty much know you, and then you go from there.
Let's talk about that for a quick second. I love what you just said. Like, I'm a big believer in not thinking I'm above everybody else, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Like, not expecting things from people. So I try to instill this into like my studio and everything. So when you're learning, right, there's always that sense of, oh my gosh, it's better than me, or no, or even if you think you're above somebody else, oh, they're not that good. You know what I mean? In life, it's about growing and learning, and not making other people feel less.
Right.
Right. It's that journey that you're going through, and I really try to instill that to everybody that I go through in life. You know. Because what you talk about people or things or whatever, it's a reflection of yourself.
No, 100%. And you know, with that, it's everybody, we all have different capacities. Mm-hmm. You know, you might be a fast learner than I am. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean I'm not going to get there.
Yeah.
Maybe you just got there faster than me. Mm-hmm. Great. You know, and yeah, there are people that I look at that sometimes, matter of fact, joined the AV Wellbeing Coalition as part of their leadership team.
Nice.
And there's somebody on our team that is just she's pretty amazing, right? But she leapfrogs a lot, and she interrupts, and like she just talks a lot. But she's never been in a leadership role, and in my opinion, I don't think she's ever been a part of a team like this, right? So it's about trying to understand her and where she's coming from, right? Because at one point, there was a few people that saying, okay, you know what, maybe this is not going to work out, But I was like, okay, hold on, because she is pretty smart.
Right.
She has great ideas. Everybody has great ideas.
Yep.
And I've learned this early on in my production years. One of my mentors, executives, taught me. I guess I'm on my throat. Oh my God. Everybody has great ideas. It's how you produce them and how you execute them. So this lady has pretty good ideas. And I said, well, she has great ideas. So let's just figure her out first.
Yes.
To where once we figure her out, then we'll know how to better utilize her.
I agree.
Where to place her.
Because everyone has value. Everyone has value. Yeah. It's just you got to figure out what's your strengths and what to put you in an area, right? So there's that quote where, they planted the seed. The flower, right? And so it wasn't in the right area, and then they moved the flower, and then in that area it bloomed. Yeah, right. It's some type of quote like that. Yeah, everyone has value, and I think 100%. One thing that as Americans, what we really have to work on is patience. Yeah, huge patience. And I know what's that saying? Patience is a virtue, but honestly, yeah, and just really putting people in their areas.
Well, and that's why I always say, people don't just wake up being an asshole, right? Once you get to know them and know their backstory, where they're coming from, then you have a better understanding why they are.
Yes.
Right? Now you can navigate how they are, navigate through them, and possibly even help them, get to a better place.
Shout out to the Karens. I see you.
But that's true though, right?
Yeah.
You got to think about it. We all, speaking of cultures, we all was raised in different environments, different cultures, right? So, and that's why I keep telling people, well, find out what their backstory is, because everybody has a backstory. That's why my thing is called It's Your Story. I believe people, and that's why I give people the platform to tell their story, because you don't want nobody telling your story.
Right.
This is your book. This is your life.
Right.
So you should tell it.
Yeah.
Don't let other people assume it, because they're going to tell some fucked up shit. But
yeah.
It's going to be a whole different story.
I know.
And it's true. People always judge a book by its cover, and you should never do that. Like, give people the opportunity, be patient.
Yeah.
Give them the opportunity to learn about them. And maybe it's just a different conversation once you learn their backstory.
Yes.
And it's like, it's like an aha moment. Like, okay, now I understand why you are.
Yeah.
So now we can have a different conversation.
Yeah,
Instead
that's so
of
true.
Me saying, damn, she's an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like her. Like,
yeah.
But when you find out, what's wrong, maybe she has a disability. Maybe, she was born in a fucked up environment.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, I get it.
And you know what? Something that I've actually learned the past, we're going on 5 years with my business. My gosh. Is that I think you need to take time to listen to the story. Because we're always go. Oh, here, I'll talk to you later. Hey, I'll talk to you later. You need to take a moment to listen to the stories. Because the stories build relationships. And at the end of the day, when you're gone, it's those connections and relationships that are going to remember you.
Right.
Not the quick.
And you know what? And let's segue back to the chamber, because that's something that, I hope that this year we kind of adopt in the chamber, is being more patient with people and understanding, everyone's business and what their passion and goals are.
Yes.
And for the businesses that are successful, like, we have to turn back around and help the small businesses.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of small businesses out here in the Antelope Valley. And I'm a big supporter of them. And
Agreed.
As we know, it's hard starting a business.
It is so hard.
And not only is it hard, but it's even harder to maintain it and to keep it at a high level.
Yes, it really is. Literally, you bring your whole spirit and essence into it.
You know, right now I'm in the middle of doing this youth entrepreneur group program. Like, I'm one of the mentors for, I think it's called YEA, Youth Entrepreneur Academy. And it's a 6-week thing that I signed up for. And I'm in my 3rd week right now. And last week I heard this one girl who graduated last year, she talked to the class. And the one thing that she said stuck with me, and I hope the other students kind of understood it, is that even though it's an entrepreneurship program, she realized that she didn't want to be an entrepreneur. But the skills and the tool sets that she learned, she applied to what she's doing now, and now she's successful. She's on getting her master's degree right now, and she owed all that to the skills that she learned in the class. So even though everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, but they don't realize the work that it takes to sustain it.
24/7.
What they say, give up a 9 to 5 for 24/7?
Literally. 24/7.
People don't realize that. They see, like, yeah, we could do what we want. We can go where we want. We can make our own hours. But do we really make our own hours?
Yeah. No.
I mean, we do, but it's like.
And I feel like, you know, when you, and shout out 9 to 5, amazing, right?
Yeah.
But when you have that 9 to 5, you know that you're out at 5 and you have that downtime for yourself.
Yeah.
As an entrepreneur, you don't have that downtime.
You don't have that.
You have that 24/7, literally all the time. You are working 24/7. I'm at home. There's something wrong. Yes, what's going on? Like, in the middle of something, on Thanksgiving.
Right.
I had a call from a client. Whatever the situation was, I got up for my family Thanksgiving to answer that. Now, I know some people are going to be like, oh, you shouldn't have your phone on the Thanksgiving and everything. But I'm trying to reach a level that is not normal for every people. Right? And so I answered that call, which I'm glad I answered that call, because you know what? I made somebody's day, somebody's night.
Right.
So if it took me 2 minutes to answer that call, say what I had to do, come back to my family is understanding. They know who I am, you know.
And people, like, yes, you can get to a point in your career, or like your career of your business, to where it runs itself and you don't really have to do that much work.
Right.
But to get to that level, it takes so much.
It really does. Yeah, shout out to my assistant. She's awesome.
I haven't met your assistant.
Oh, really?
You have a new assistant.
I do.
Because Janet's not there no more.
Yeah. Her name is Allison. Shout out, Allison.
Hey, Allison. I guess I'm gonna see you tonight.
Yeah. Ooh, can I say what I'm having tonight?
I mean, you can, but they're not gonna hear it till Monday.
Dang. You know what though? But I can say that so at Fusion Movement, we have Latin nights.
Yeah. No, promote it, definitely.
Yeah, the last Friday of each month. And it's salsa, bachata dancing. We have Mr. DJ Mario in there. We have tacos, best tacos ever.
I've had those tacos.
Ooh, aren't they awesome?
They are.
Quesadillas, guacamole. It's so nice. And then just, honestly, it's a nice time.
It is. No, I've been to a few of them. I haven't been to as many as I want to. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what's wrong with my throat.
It's okay.
I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I actually feel intimidated when I go there.
Why?
Because I don't, like, if I go to a regular, let's say, club or dance place, right? And I could just freestyle and be myself. I'm fine.
Right.
But I feel like because yours is a dance studio and everybody is like in a class setting, like, it's intimidating to me.
Who doesn't know?
Yeah, like, because everybody's like so professional. Like, I'm like, wow, I can't do that.
So I'm going to give you the answer. Okay.
I know you have an answer.
So life is short.
Life is short.
And dancing is a life skill.
Life is short. Dancing is a life skill. Okay.
So my motto, take more chances, dance more dances.
I like that.
And I think that, we make time for what's important to us.
We do.
And I'm not just saying this because this is my world, but I'm a huge believer that if you learn to dance, A, you can't get upset when you're shaking your butt. Right? And then B, if you learn to dance, you can take it anywhere in your entire life. You can't take it away from you, you know? So if anything, when you go there, let it be an inspiration. You know, a lot of people come in and they see and they look, they observe, right? And then they take that chance, and that's okay. You don't know everything.
No, exactly. And one of the things I love about going is I do get inspired, you know, especially with you in your class. Like I loved when you taught a class, when I went to one of your classes.
Yeah.
You make it fun.
Thanks.
But I do get inspired by dancing, and I think like, dang, I wish I could do that. And it's crazy because in my mind, I'm like, I can do that.
You can.
Because in my mind, I can do anything.
Right.
But when I get out there, I think it's the nervousness. Because you always pair me up with a beautiful Latin woman. Then I get nervous. Oh. And I get shy. And then I feel like I'm doing something. I was just having this conversation with somebody. Like, whenever I'm around, like, someone that I'm attracted to, I feel like everything that comes out of my mouth or what I'm doing is stupid.
It's gibberish.
Yeah, gibberish. Like,
that's okay.
I feel dumb now.
So the good thing about dancing is that you don't gotta verbally talk.
I know, but
you just gotta move your body.
I know, but I feel like I'm not doing something because I'm focusing too much on it. Mm-hmm. So I'm overthinking it.
Yes, you are, Mike.
I know, and I tell other people, I say, stop overthinking things.
You know what you can do though is that, which is very normal in the social dance world, is that you could say, "Hey, I'm a beginner. I'm barely learning, but I'm here and I want to try." With that, that's it. That's how you and the person who you're dancing with understands.
Okay, if I show up tonight.
Yep.
Notice I said yes.
No, you will show up tonight.
If I show up tonight, you're gonna pair. I know you because I know you. You're gonna grab me and you're gonna pair me with somebody.
Okay.
They have to be understanding like that.
Absolutely. Everyone in the salsa bachata world, I promise you, is understanding.
Believe that.
You just gotta say, "I'm a beginner and I'm learning." So just so you know, and they understand that. You know what, Mike? If it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
You know, it was crazy. I think I told you this before. I took both your classes, the intermediate and the beginners. Mm-hmm. The beginners is the beginner, and then it's intermediate, right?
Yeah.
I took your intermediate first, but you tricked me into taking intermediate. But I think I did very good in that.
Yeah, you did.
Then the following week, I went back. I said, you know what? I want to take the basics just so I can understand it. I did horrible. I did better in intermediate because it's more fast paced. And I think because I'm more fast paced.
Right.
So when you like I think Brian taught the beginners. Mm-hmm. When he slowed it down, I had a hard time understanding, which is stupid in my head. Because it's like it slowed down. Like, how slow you want me to get?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I pick up things when it's fast. Like, because I'm a quick on the go learner.
Yeah. I'm a big believer also, like in life, right? You have so many teachers in your life, different mentors, right? I think you also have to click with whoever, you know, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, yeah.
So I feel like that's also a big influence, right? Because we learn from so many people, but you always click with a certain mentor or a certain person.
Well, no, because we receive and deliver things differently, right? Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter. It's like going to therapy or something like that. Like, you can go to one therapist, and if they're delivering something to you and you're not receiving it, but you go to the next therapist and they're saying the same thing but differently, they're delivering it differently. Now you're receiving it.
Oh my God. I literally went through this actually. So after the Congress that I was saying about on that for the weekend that we went, on Monday evenings, I actually have my co-ed bachata performing team rehearsal. And so we had rehearsal. And so I had a whole speech. I'm one of those teachers that like leads by experience or inspiration. And so I had a whole speech, and I was telling them, you know, over the weekend, you took a lot of workshops from many different instructors, right? I know that I'm your main coach, right? But in life, we're learning from different people all the time. And I told him, I think that it's good to learn from others, because sometimes I might tell you something and it doesn't click, right. But you go in somewhere else and it does click. Yeah. And then you come back, Reina, you know what? Now I understand it. But that's life.
No, that is life.
And you have to learn it from like different people, and make it your own.
No, and that's why one of the reasons why I actually started this podcast is because during the pandemic, I was doing a Zoom course that I was help teaching, and it was two different groups. Like I had a group, and one of my mentors had a group, right? And he had a larger group than mine because he'd been doing it longer. But I remember somebody from his group said, "Hey, Mike, you and Clay say the same thing, but for some reason." And we was teaching the same thing, but she was like, for some reason, I relate to you better. Yeah, it's the way you, because I say things like I don't try to be nobody else. I'm just myself.
Right.
So she related to me better.
Yeah,
and that got me thinking. And people after that kept saying, "Man, you should do more videos. Man, you should do this. You should do that. You should start taking over the classes and blah blah blah." And that's what got me started to be in front of the camera.
And you know what? Also, Mike, I feel like you have to be open to receive. Yeah. Like the mindset, right? You know what I mean? Like maybe in that moment you weren't ready to receive. Right. And then another time you were ready to receive. Just clearing that mind, you know?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I get that. But anyways, back to the chamber so we can, because I want to move on to the other things that you got going on, especially with the Boulevard Association. There's a couple of things. But in the chamber, I just want to end it with, hopefully this year, we can focus more on the positive psychology of things. Yes. Because I know there's a lot of stigmas out there about the Hispanic Chamber. Right. And I don't want to discuss them because I don't want to focus on negativity. I want to focus on the positive because there is positive things with the Hispanic Chamber. Yep. I've said this in our board meetings a lot. We are all very successful. Yes. At our own things that we're doing, in the niche that we're doing, right? So it's going to be exciting to see what we can do this year because we have a new president.
We do. We have a whole new board.
Yeah, whole new board. So Adriana is the president. Yes. Darlene Trevino from Trevino Law Firm. She's the VP. And Paul is the treasurer and
a secretary as well. We have a new secretary.
I forget his name.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. At least I'm honest. I'm bad with names. So if you ever watch my show, I'm bad with names. But I got you next time. I think he's super cool. You know what? He's a quiet guy. Yes. He's new to our board, so sorry guys, because he is new to our board. But he's an amazing guy. Like I talked to him at our Christmas parade, and obviously in our board meetings. But he's quiet. I forget his name though. I'm bad with names.
It's okay.
You guys all know this. Anyways, we do have an exciting new board, and I'm excited to see what we can do together. Because like I said, we're all successful in our own areas, right? Yeah. But once you bring that together, like I think we can be a force, like a real force. And
it's true.
Huge impact out here.
Yeah. It's like that whole saying where we're not meant to be alone. We're meant to be in a pack.
Oh, we talked about that in our psychology class. Really? Like we're social people. Yeah. We're on this planet with 8 billion people now. It's crazy. We're not meant to be alone. We're social creatures.
Yes.
So yeah. Anyway, so I'm excited about this year. What we're going to do. But you're also a part of the Boulevard Association.
Yeah. So I do.
You remind me of me. Like it's like a mirror right here. Like.
I am. You're looking at the official marketing chair.
Official.
Marketing chair for the Lancaster Boulevard Association.
How many titles do you have?
A lot.
Somebody just told me that too. They're like, "Mike, you got a lot of titles." I'm like, "I know."
Yeah.
It's kind of horrible. Like, you don't want to live my life.
I just, I like to help. I like to be busy, and I know I have a skill that can help people. So here I am. So the Boulevard Association, we have a lot of upcoming fun projects happening for the Boulevard. We have we have a new board, which is exciting. And the Lancaster Boulevard is going to help the Boulevard and whatever we can. One thing that we are trying to work on this year is really helping all the new businesses coming in. So like a welcoming to the Boulevard. I think that in the past we didn't have a lot of that. And so we really want to change that, right? Because the Boulevard is amazing. It really is.
You know what? It is, because Lancaster Boulevard has something that Palmdale doesn't, and it has this boulevard.
Yes.
And a lot of people visit it, and it
Agreed.
looks amazing. I have an amazing time. I like to sometimes just walk up and down it. Mm-hmm. There are amazing people. These shops and owners that own these stores are amazing. But the welcoming part is, I would love to see something like that.
Yeah, so definitely we're going to have, their welcome packet. We're going to have we're going to be coming to their businesses, having like a grand opening for them. Just welcome to La Familia. Like, welcome to the association.
Little things like that means a lot, especially to a business. Because again, going back to what we said, it takes a lot to start a business, especially a brick and mortar that you're opening up a store or a building, And so for someone to come and acknowledge that, it's huge.
Yes. And I think that as business owners, we don't get a lot of that.
We don't.
We don't get, because everyone sees, oh, that's the business owner. Right. We don't got to say nothing to them. But
they got it made. They have it.
Yeah. Like, but it's really nice when, like, especially me, like, I feel like everyone's like, oh, it's just Reina. It's just Reina, right? No, it's nice. Hey girl, like, congratulations. It's really nice what you've done, or, you doing okay? Just because when you're the chief, no one thinks anyone's got to say anything to the chief. You know what I mean? And so it's lonely on top sometimes.
No, and you know what? So even though like I have a studio here, right? But you know what means the most to me, to be honest with you, is that when I see a bigger business to start following me on my like Instagram or something, and they like a post of mine. Woo. Like, that's big for me.
It's
just
huge.
Like, wow, they are actually acknowledging. Like, even little things like that is like big.
Yeah. And I think people don't understand that when it comes to like business owners. Right. Like, no, we also like, that. Hey.
Because they run, and and right now I'm talking about Don Sal's next door. Like, I know Chris Stone over there. And when he started following me, because I had a conversation, like I've known him for quite some time now, but me and him had a great conversation over the summer. And when he started follinging me, I was like, wow, because I know how busy he is.
Yes.
And, they do great things over there. And for him to, like, take a minute on social media, and I never even pictured him as a social media person.
Yeah.
But when he did that, I was like, wow, like, he took the time to, like,
yeah.
And he follows me. Like, I noticed, like, he actually pays attention to my stories and stuff. So shout out to Don Sal and Chris.
Yes, shout out. And another thing is that people don't realize, like, for example, right? We live in such a digital era, right? For me, I know for me, and I'm only going from experience. If I'm taking the time to respond to you, to like something from you, to reach out to you, it's a big deal. And I'm saying it because we're so busy, and I feel like people need to like understand that connection when people reach out to, it's a big deal.
Right, it is.
And I think it's important that people acknowledge that.
No, yeah. So if you guys put that together, I mean, the Boulevard is already amazing. And you guys over at the association really put on some great events out here.
Yeah, and I'm excited. We have we have a new board. We have a lot of fun stuff happening. Right now we're barely starting putting everything together. The official inauguration is actually happening, I think next week.
Are you guys having a big party or?
I mean, I wouldn't say a huge party, but yeah, we're having something.
Something? Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm really excited. The Boulevard has a lot of fun stuff that we're going to be doing, and I'm glad to be part of it, that I can help all the businesses on this Boulevard, because honestly, I feel like a lot of people don't know about the Boulevard so much. And I feel really honored to be part of this whole helping on this Boulevard, and we have a lot of great talent on this Boulevard association.
I would like to see the the boulevard, like the businesses, stay open a little later.
You know what? Agreed. And actually, we spoke about that.
Yeah.
But it has to happen collectively.
Right.
Right. And I agree. I feel like a lot of people want to go out somewhere. Yeah. Right. And if the boulevard would be great if we stayed a little bit.
This
later.
boulevard would be pretty amazing. I mean, it's already amazing. Let me correct that. It's already amazing. Everybody loves it. But I think it can go to another level if they can. What's the correct word? Enhance the nightlife a little bit. Because they do have a little bit of a nightlife. Yes. I think if you expand it a little bit to make it the whole boulevard, where you have these shops that are open at night, like and people can like especially like during the summertime.
Oh,
people
yes.
are just walking up and down the boulevard, but a lot of things are closed, and it's like wow, like it should really stay open.
I hear your opinion, and I will voice it to the board.
I know it's just my opinion. Don't mean
it does. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about the boulevard, and if you've never been to the boulevard, come out to the boulevard. It's a lot of fun out here.
It is, though.
We have theaters, we have restaurants, we have bowling, we have dancing, we have a bunch of fun stuff that I guarantee you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Boulevard Association, guys. What else we can talk about?
I mean, I definitely think that I heard someone had a birthday.
Whose birthday?
I don't know.
I've already had a birthday.
I know. It's a happy birthday.
Happy belated birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Well, it's still my birthday month, though. Right?
You know, the day of birth, it's a celebration.
It is. I don't really do anything big on my birthday. I'm getting up there. Wow. It's great. You know what's crazy? Is that the more I think about it, I was just thinking about this yesterday when I was by myself. I was in a moment yesterday. I was like, I understand older people now. You know how older people, they have that I don't give a fuck attitude. It's because, and I can probably say this now. One, I'm very grateful. The way I grew up and the shit I've been through, I never thought I would see 53. Be honest with you, never thought I'd see 53. So for me to be here right now and to live in the life that I wanted, that I chose, is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But I understand now, like having that I just don't care attitude, and it's not a bad thing. Like I don't deal with drama. Like I was at the bar last night and we was talking about something, right? And I was like, I don't care. Like I don't know how many more days I got, how many more months, how many more years, right? So for me, I just like to enjoy my days. I've always been a moments person.
Yes.
Right? I mean, that's why I came up with the brand One Life, because you only get one. So I've always been a moments person. But now, the older I get, the more I appreciate.
Oh, so true.
I appreciate it so much more every year. Like,
yes.
Dude, I love my moments. So
yes.
All that shit you talking right here, take that shit over there.
Right, right.
Get out my space.
Yes. I'm going to bounce off of that. So actually, I saw this video, but basically the gist of it is that, you know, as you grow older, you have less time for the bull.
I mean, and petty bull.
Yes. Like
petty bull. Like I'm just to tell you a quick story because it was just funny as hell to me, right? Because Mike Modell, the guy at Alchemy, right? He's becoming a great friend of mine, right? Because we do our other show together. But he was telling me a few nights ago he was at home because it was one of his nights off, and it was like 1 a.m. and one of his staff member called. Like, no, it wasn't even a staff member. Take it back. It was a customer who called him. I was like, "Hey man, you need to come down here. You need to come fix this and blah blah blah." And I was like, "Are you serious?" He literally had to get out of bed, go down to the bar, and take care of a situation
24/7.
But look, a petty situation. Like, are you like? I looked at him, I was like, "Are you serious?" Like, he really called you for that, and he was so pissed off. He was like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "One dude, like, you should have never had to get out of your bed.
Yeah,
to go handle that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But as an entrepreneur, that's what we do,
right?
But for something that's petty,
yeah.
Oh yeah, somebody heads would have rolled. Right? If I got to get out of my bed, but I mean, to your point, the older you get, the less time
you have for the ball.
I was like,
and as you grow older, and it's true, I truly feel, because I go for this. Your circle gets smaller. And it's because you're selective with your time.
Yes.
And at that point, you're not trying to please no more. You're trying to just enjoy.
right. And also, you're selective about who you hang out with.
Yeah.
'Cause like right now, and I think that's why Mike and I have become good friends. Like we hang out a lot together because we understand each other. Like we're iron sharpening iron. Like, so me and him bounce off ideas. Like we're always, like we don't talk, like we talking like bullshit, whatever. But it's mainly about life and business on how to grow and how to be a better person. You
got seasoners and lifers.
Yeah.
So seasoners are just your friends for a season, and you got lifers that are there for life. Right. Yeah. And then, and also the whole energy thing.
Yeah.
Right? So you gotta be able to flow energy with whoever you have in your circle too.
Exactly.
And I think that I really do try to be a positive person. No, I am a positive person.
Oh, you are.
And when I start hearing negative, and I always do this, like this whole thing with my hands, because people that do this, like to me, is like, it's so unnecessary. We don't need to do this, right? Because it's like a group of, like a basket of apples, right? Healthy apples. You pull one rotten, what happens to the rest? Yeah. So I don't stand for people that like talk behind people's back, because to me, that tells something about yourself. I don't like people like that at all.
Right. And you know what? And that actually literally happened last night. Like, like even when I'm at the bar, right? I'm very picky about who I sit next to.
Yeah.
Like I have my regular people that we sit next to, right? And like somebody came over and was like telling a story, and a friend of mine, and she's older, and she looked at, and it was a young girl, right? And she looked at it, she was like, so what? Like, why are you spreading rumors? Like, if that's what they do, that's their business.
Yes.
Who cares?
Yes.
Like, why are you coming over here with that?
Oh my gosh, facts. When I sit down in a group, I don't want to hear gossip.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear. I want to learn something. What my time is valuable. I want to learn something. I want to grow. I want to talk about what's happening in the future. Where am I going?
Right.
I want to have a positive conversation. I don't want to hear like talking bad about other people.
Right.
Like, okay.
Even like that's why I said, that's why I love this bar, right? Because even like, yeah, we're at a bar, we're having fun.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hear negative shit.
Yeah.
Like we just had a long day.
Yes.
We're here to relax and chill.
Yes.
And like I said, learn, like at least enjoy this moment together.
Yeah.
Like all that bullshit, like, take that over there.
Right.
Like,
yeah, give me something. And like, I get it. Like, maybe, distressing, talking about like, my family member just passed away. I get that, right? But you're learning something about that person, right?
Yeah.
We don't need to talk negative about other people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, well.
Yeah, we're not into it. And
yeah.
I mean, I get it. And like I said, the older I get, the more I just don't.
Selective.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like, be wise with your time.
Yeah. So.
It is short here.
Yes, ma'am. So anyways, wow. This has been great, Reina.
I know. I love this.
So, you know what that means.
Yes, I do.
We have to, unfortunately, end this.
That's okay.
But it's not going to be our last time, because guess what? We are coming back with Inside the Hispanic Chamber starting next week. So Ms. Reina is always going to be here. And
that's right.
You're natural at this.
Thank you.
No, you're really good at this. Uh-oh.
I'm excited.
I'm excited as well. One more question. Oh, actually, I got two more things for you.
Okay.
But one question.
Okay.
What's next for you? Because I know you do a lot of things.
What's next for me? Right now at the studio, we have the performing team. We're going to go out and compete and perform at different places. My studio always has something going on. Events are always happening. So I guess the next thing, what I'm trying to grow my business in regards to, people coming in. So I'm actually hosting auditions for anybody who's interested in being a dance instructor, training provided. And that'll be this upcoming week. So if you know of anybody, come join me. Here's your movement.
Where can they find you?
fmdanceco.com. That's my website. And also the Instagram, Facebook is Dance Co. Find me. Nice. You'll see all the fun stuff that we do.
All right. And last but not least, I need a mic drop from you.
A mic drop?
Yes.
Well, tell me, can you explain that to me? What's a mic drop?
You're supposed to be my best friend.
Oh, my God.
I'm not going to say best friend, good friend. You're supposed to be my good friend.
Okay. Help me.
Mic drop. Well, I got to explain this to you guys.
And please.
Okay. I was about to make a joke. Never mind. My drop is give me something inspirational. What would you want to leave the people?
Dang.
Something that's, I mean, it could be a quote. It could be your favorite quote. It could be something from your heart. Like, what do you just want to leave with the people?
I want to leave with people.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the same thing that we did about the energy and all that with friends and everything. I think that I'm a big believer in energy and flow. And I'm going to leave with this. Life's short. Don't waste your energy on things that don't deserve your energy.
Facts. Love it.
That's it.
I love that. My mic drop is... Ooh, what is mine for today? I just be coming off the... Like, yeah, yours are kind of good. I don't even want to like... I don't feel like I can top that one. Actionable steps. People do it. One of the things that I pay attention to now as I get older, a lot of my friends have been making fun of my age now because I am up there now. But it's facts though. A lot of people, and kind of piggyback off what we were just talking about, a lot of people talk.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to words. I pay attention to actions now.
Actions.
And I've always said this. Words without actions has no value. One of the biggest things I pay attention to now is actions.
Yes.
So if you're going to talk, make sure you have actionable steps to back all this stuff up you're talking about.
Mic drop.
And we out here, you guys.
I love that.